Okoko bikame udenina. Okamu ara yenina. Nuonyami kakra kabikame hu. Yenina okame hu ara. I will lift up my eyes to the hills. From whence cometh my help? Help cometh from the Lord. Oh, hey. Some posting horses and chariots, some me money and fame, yo. But one thing I know for sure, victory lies with God, yo. If you know my friend from Musumnia Oni Nansu, who catch your way. If you know my couture, I'm a Sunya Oni Nansu, hey. You tell them. Ebinu kutu insuoni niya nasu ye bida ye freya we ebinu kutu antuani tikari nasu ye bida ye kutu Jehovah. We are calling Jehovah. Everybody call him Jehovah. The ever faithful God, Jehovah. Jehovah will answer. We are calling Jehovah. Jehovah will answer. Yebesu ya fre, Yehovah no. Obeti Yesuda. Every song better me sugo. Oh, Betty and Suda. Ya besu ya fra Yehovah no. Yehovah better me su. Oh, better me su. Ya besu ya fra obotentim yami. Obotentim. Right. Sumafra obotentim nyame Rock of Ages Besumafra obotentim It's amazing. We are calling El Shaddai. El Shaddai never die. I know lie na him be high. El Shaddai, never die. Osukena, we are calling you everyone. El Shaddai, never die. I know lie na him be high. Osukena, what is? Omine kapa bagadi oh. Come on.
Wow, welcome once again to another Monday with Mentorship 360 with Elbernard. Today we're going to have an interesting time in the presence of God. And it's my prayer that the impartation of wisdom and knowledge will help us to assess our glorious destiny. I want the people I have in the house to introduce themselves, then we will set the ball rolling. So on my left we have
Prince Ohinebekun.
Samuel Odonko.
Vincent Ashonkote.
Schneider Samoa.
Selomadom.
We bless God once again for another time in the presence of God. In the next 1 hour, I'm going to share with you 12 things you must do when it is not yet your time. 12 things you must do when it is not yet your time. I believe that all of us are walking in seasons of glory and seasons of exposure. But not everyone has got into the realm or the dimension where they are experiencing the glory that God has in store for them. So what do you do when you are so much gifted? What do you do when you are so anointed, you are so talented, but still your season of celebration has not been enveloped? What do you do when you know that you carry so much within you, but still you cannot cause influential people to listen to you? So 12 things you must do when it is not yet your time, or 12 things you must do whilst you are still waiting on God. Our scripture tonight is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, and we are looking at the verse 2 to the verse 8. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away. A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. Everything that God will ever do in our life is programmed into time and season. So what do you do when your time of celebration is not yet up, but you are still in your time of preparation? What do you do in a time when you are single and you are still not in your marriage? What do you do in a time when you are an employee and you are not an employer of labor? There is time for everything. So I want to share with you 12 truths that can help you whilst you are waiting for your time. So number one, the first thing you do when it's still not your time or you are waiting for your time is to excel at your present assignment. To excel at your present assignment. Wherever you find yourself, there is something you are pursuing that can help you to enter that season of glory and that season of power. There is always something that God has given you at the present that have the power and the ability to unlock the future. What you do with your present will determine what happens with your future. So you make sure that whatever you are carrying on now, whatever assignment you are handling now, whatever you are doing now, you make sure you excel at that present assignment. Your ability to excel at that present assignment is what determines whether you are ready to be promoted to your next level. In Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 10, the Bible says that whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might, for there is no work nor defense, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. So whatever you are doing right now, make sure you do it with all your might. Make sure you put your energy, you put your intellectual capacity, you put everything into it now so that it will be able to push you to your next level. So excel at your present assignment. You have a dream of becoming a CEO of an organization, but now you are in school. Make sure you excel in your academics. You want to become an international celebrated musician, but now you are not known even beyond the the confines of your home. Make sure you excel at where you are. When you become a symbol of excellence, then you are ready to enter the next phase of your life. Number 2, the second thing you do when it is still not your time is to develop your gifts and talent. Develop your gift and your talent. Everything that you are looking for is already in your present. Everything that is in your present is hidden in your gift, is hidden in your talent. Just having the talent is not enough. You need to have the ability to add value to that talent, and you add value to your talent and your gift by developing them. When you develop your talent, they have added value. People will not come for you. Everyone you see around has the ability to sing, but not everyone who sings will be able to have international platform. The platform you have access to is connected to the development of that talent God has given to you. So now that you are not a free, connect with the right people. In your seasons of darkness, in your seasons of struggle, in your seasons where you have been relegated to the background, don't connect to everyone, connect to the right people. Don't surround yourself with just good people, surround yourself with the right people. The friends of David could not recommend him until David changed his association and connected himself with great men. It was one of these guys who was in the palace who said, "There is a guy I know called David." In times of trouble, who are the people who can recommend you? So surround yourself with the right people. Right people are godly people. Right people are visionary people. Right people are people who have the power and the authority to recommend you. Right people are people who will not just be jealous of what you have or what you can do. So connect with the right people. Proverbs chapter 13 verse 20. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise. Your friendship is a prediction of your future. If you show me the people around you, I can tell you who you will end up becoming. If you are married, it's not everybody who can be your friend. It's not every voice that must be able to dominate your life. There are some voices that will lead you to divorce. There are some voices that will destroy your marriage. Make sure you choose people who walk in wisdom. But a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Your destruction is connected to the associations you keep. Number 4, develop the right attitude. Everyone can call you a fool, but you are the one who determines whether you are one or not. Everyone can tell you you will not excel, but your attitude will determine whether you accept it or not. We are in a democratic dispensation where everyone has the right to say whatever they want to say, but what they say must not make you, if that's not what you want to become. Make sure you keep on inviting people to enjoy this broadcast, and at the same time share it, like it, send in your thoughts, send in your comment, and send your questions, and we will find time to answer the question. So develop the right attitude. There is an attitude of successful people. There is an attitude of people who will always walk in poverty. One attitude of people who are victims of failure is that they are always talking negative about other people. They are always sleeping more than they are working. Develop the right attitude. In 1 Samuel chapter 18 verse 5, the Bible says, "And David went out whither Saul sent him, and behaved himself wisely." David at that time had killed Goliath, but David did not allow that one to enter into his head. Pride was not part of his attitude. This guy was ready to go to wherever Saul sent him. Number 5, pursue an uncommon mentor. Pursue an uncommon mentor. If you are Elisha, look for your Elijah. If you are Joshua, look for your Moses. If you are Esther, look for your Mordecai. If you are Peter, look for your Jesus. When I get to know your mentor, I get to know what you can torment. So pursue an uncommon mentor. An uncommon mentor must not pursue you. He is your pursuit. When you get into the presence of your uncommon mentor, you are supposed to ask questions. He won't teach you everything. He will teach you the things you ask. You will find out from the life of Jesus Christ and his interaction with the disciples that most of the time he taught them the things that they wanted to know. I mean, there was one time he never taught them about prayer and fasting until the disciples came and said, the disciples of John fast. Why is it that we are not fasting? And he used that opportunity even to teach them. So when you get into the presence of your mentor, ask quality questions. Quality questions produce quality answers. Don't ask any question. Ask the right question and it will unlock the right answer. The voice of your mentor can be a voice of defense against your enemy. The voice of your mentor can be a voice of defense against your enemy. Your mentor is a platform that causes great and influential men to listen to you. The Bible says that Moses laid hands upon Joshua the son of Nun, and Joshua received the spirit of wisdom, and the people of Israel listened to Joshua. Why? Because of Joshua's relationship with Moses, influential people listen to Joshua. Who listen to you is connected to who you are connected to. Number 6. Hope I'm right. Number 6, keep on sharing, keep on inviting people. Number 6, whilst you are still not in a place, whilst you are still not in your season, learn how to celebrate those who have achieved what you want to achieve. You are still not married yet, celebrate those who are ready to get married. Celebrate those who are married. You are still not known yet, keep on celebrating those who are known. Celebrating other people who have done what you want to do is a humility. Celebrating those who have achieved what you have not been able to achieve is a sign that you have a teachable spirit. Celebrating those who are in their season is a sign that you are ready for your season. If you cannot celebrate those people who are known now, you cannot be celebrated when it is your time. When you clap for people in their season, then others will clap for you when it is your season. Number 7. Number 7. Develop the ability to be patient. It's not easy when you have so much within you and still you are not able to break through. There will be all kinds of voices that will try to give you solutions. But if you really know where you are going, you will develop the spirit of patience. Jesus, our Lord and blessed Savior, was supposed to undertake a 3.5 years assignment, but he used over 30 years to prepare himself. He demonstrated to us the spirit of patience. He was born in a manger, but he was still not in a rush to come out from the manger because he knew the your future. I believe in miracles. I believe in signs and wonders, but I also believe in preparation and plan, because the God we serve is a God of plan. Everything he did from the day of creation to the day he finished creation shows that God is a planner. So plan for your miracle, plan your life, plan towards your future. I want to become a millionaire and I'm planning towards it. Plan towards your future. Plan towards your future. God is a God who believes in planning. Number 9, develop a strong relationship with your Maker. Develop a strong relationship with your Maker. First Samuel chapter 30, the Bible talks about how David had trained men and went out with them for war. And Bible says by the time they returned, their village was ransacked. Enemies came to raid their village, and they took their sons, symbols of the next generation. They took the women, symbols of multiplication. They lost everything. Every investment was gone. You are watching me. You have entered a season in your life that the marriage you build looks as if you are losing it. You are losing that business. You are losing that contract. You are losing that church. You are losing almost everything you have worked for. Please lose everything. Don't lose your connection with God. David lost everything. And the Bible said, the men he has trained, the men he has helped, all of them thought of stoning him. But the Bible said, David encouraged himself in the Lord. He lost his wife, he did not lose his God. He lost his children, he did not lose his God. He lost the men he raised, he did not lose his God. No matter whatever you lose in this life, don't lose the Lord Jesus Christ. He did not lose. Oh my God. He encouraged himself in the Lord. Encourage yourself in the Lord. In these trying times, you are going through times of trial in your finances, in your career, in your child, but please don't lose your faith in God. You are married for 25 years without a child. Please don't lose faith in God. He can do everything. He encouraged himself. So in this time when they don't know you, when you are going through times of trial, develop a strong relationship with God. This is not the time to follow vain men and vain women. It is time to develop a solid relationship with God. Number 10. Oh my God. Build a strong foundation of discipline and integrity. Build a strong foundation of discipline and integrity. Can you stand to be blessed? Can you stand to be promoted? Can you stand to be anointed? Can you stand to be honored? Build a strong foundation of discipline and integrity. Build it. Build is very important. Build a strong foundation of discipline and integrity. Number 11. Diligent pursuit of your present assignment. Have you seen a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before great men and not mean men. The hand of the diligent will bear rule. Be obsessed with the pursuit of your life assignment. Don't be a busybody. Don't be a busybody. Today, now some people will see them on this set with me, and that alone is enough to cause some people to listen to their voice. A wise man will value this opportunity. I might not be able to give them money, but I'm giving them an opportunity for someone to hear their wisdom. Wherever you are working, you have dreams of becoming a CEO of your own company. Value that opportunity for working for someone. For someone to be creative and be innovative and to be able to create something that can employ you. Value it. You have opportunity to be in a dating relationship. Value it. So well, I want to start sending you your questions so we will be able to answer them. But understand, I can't answer all your questions. I am not the working expression of wisdom. I will answer the ones I can. So before we come to Facebook to listen to the questions you have for us, We will ask the people in the house to start with their questions, and I'll believe God to answer them. So now the ball is in your court.
Okay, thank you, Daddy. So, my first question was on point 6. How do you celebrate a man ahead of you and still keep your team together? For example, when you compare how John the Baptist lost his followers to Jesus when he directed them to him. It can also happen on the negative side, that as a man of God coming up, you tend to celebrate another man ahead of you. But in that situation, you tend to lose your team,
Well,
the people around you.
if you lost your team by the involvement of that man, then it's demonic. I look up to you as a father, and I celebrate you, and I bring you to my pulpit. And by the time you are leaving my pulpit, you are pulling all my people to your place. It's demonic. It's not Christ-like. You'll find out that the story of John the Baptist and Jesus Christ, John the Baptist said, this is the man, he carries better than what I carry. And people are looking for men with solution. So if Jesus carried the answer to their problem, then they should leave John the Baptist and follow Jesus. Jesus did not do anything to influence the people to leave. So I celebrate my father, Reverend Eboasan. He's my father. There are things he can do that I can't do. So if my celebration will cause anyone in my team to go and join him, I'll be excited. I celebrate my father, Apostle Emmanuel Inkum. So if by my celebration, someone will go and join him, I'm excited. As long as my father have not done anything to pull my people, then it's godly. I am a confident man of God. I know what God has given me. So, for example, I deal in Samsung phones. Then there is a man of God I'm looking up to who deals, or there's someone I look up to in the same business, but he deals in iPhone. And I keep telling people that I took the inspiration to also deal in Samsung phone from that man who deals in iPhone. Then there are people with me who don't want Samsung, but what they want is iPhone. So if they stop buying the phone, the Samsung, and they go and buy iPhone, then I'm not sure I've done anything wrong. But then if the people want to buy Samsung, and I'm saying that, oh, this man sell iPhone, and this person who sell iPhone will now plug the people that they should forget buying Samsung and come and buy iPhone, is demonic. Then be very careful of that kind of leader you are celebrating.
Daddy, please, what is the difference between talent?
Well, I think that most of the time we use this word interchangeably. So I believe your talent could be your gift. But I believe that a gift is an inborn ability. A talent is what you develop. That's my definition. So everyone is gifted with a leg. But not everyone is talented to be like Neiman. Okay.
Yes, please. I want to find out the difference between planning, developing, and then humility.
Planning, the difference. Yes. I really don't know the difference, so I will try. Definitely planning, yes, developing,
and then humility.
And humility. Humility, you are humble.
Because sometimes once you are planning and developing yourself, and you are exercising your humility in that aspect of development. People close to you can make statements like you are wasting your time.
No, for example, humility is not stupidity. So the fact that someone is wrong and I'm telling him he is wrong, it doesn't mean I am not humble. We are here and there's something I can do. And that who can do this very well? If I say I am the one, it's a pure sign I'm a very humble person. That's why I can acknowledge what I can do. Wow. Anyone who cannot acknowledge the things that he can do very well is, full of pride. Wow. Now, so what is pride? Pride is trying to exalt myself beyond what I think I can do. So, humility, practical humility is not stupidity. Most of the time, the thing we call humility is what I call human service. I mean, because you have seen people around, so when we are quiet, being quiet is not a sign of humility. Humility is a product of the heart. It's a lifestyle. It's not when you say, thank you, sir. Yes, sir. It is what you do when nobody is there. So planning, I want to become a millionaire by the age of this. And I want to be a billionaire. So how do I become a billionaire? And I find out that if I write a book, a best-selling book, and maybe I print 2 million copies of the book, and I decide to sell one book for $1 million, for one copy for what do you call $1, then I just sell 2 million copies, or I sell 1 million copies, then I become a millionaire. So I'm planning towards how I'll become a millionaire. So developing, yeah, this is what you can do well. But there are other people who can do it far better than what you are doing. So what do you do to enhance it? What do you do to add value to it? So then I am a gifted singer. I add character to it. I add packaging to it. I add branding to it. I am developing what I'm doing. Okay. So I hope I have tried. I don't know all the answers.
Oh, please. Thank you. You said that the first thing you do when it's not yet your time is that you excel at your present assignment.
Yeah.
Now, I want to find out, is your present assignment always a pointer to what you will do when your time comes?
What I can tell, whatever you do daily is a prediction of what eventually you become. So almost every man of greatness, you find out that whatever that brought them to the realm of greatness is something they have been doing for a long time. So look at David. David killed Goliath. He has been killing animals. So now he shifted his killing. Look at Joseph in the Bible. He was dreaming. What brought him there? It was a dream. So whatever you are presently doing has the power to make you what you must become. There is no way I'll be honored as a top politician in my nation. If there is any honor I'm going to receive an honor as a man of God. Because this is what I've decided to do. So that whatever you are doing now is a prediction to whatever. So if you don't like what you are doing, change it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Daddy. Please, you mentioned for the point 7 that you should have patience. I want to know when you know that patience has had its full working in you and you are ready to step into your season or the ministry that the Lord has told you.
Okay, so now, patience, everything that will ever happen in this life is arranged into time and season. So look at a young girl who believes that she wants to get married. At the age of 16 is not the time you should get married. This is the time you should go for education. So you need to have patience for that season you are in, preparing for that season you are about to enter into. So when that season is ripe to get married, you are 38, you say patience. Patience for what? 38 is time for manifestation. So now, even though 38 the man is still not in, there is a realm of patience that not every man who comes around is the right man. Because now you can have witches and wizards dressed in suit in the name of a man. They are not, they are tormentors. So patience will also let you know that even though God promised me Isaac, this one I'm seeing is an Ishmael. I won't go for Ishmael.
All right, Daddy. In developing the right attitude, I want to ask, I believe that what we hear influences us both negative and positively.
That's right.
Now, how do you position yourself to avoid negative influences if you are already going to pursue your assignment?
I believe that the easiest way to avoid negative influence is to have more or positive influence in you. At this stage of my life, anyone who insults me, you are not my focus. It will not even get to me. I mean, like you come to my Facebook and you insult me, I don't have time for you. Why? I know where I'm going. I know what I'm pursuing. Why? I find out that I am a man. So if someone tells me, Elbernard, you are not a man, you are a woman, the person does not even deserve a response. Well, I have enough of positivity wired into my system. I believe in myself. I believe in who I am. So then, negative environment, I change them. They don't change me. So the easiest way to deal with the negative attitude, I would have more of the positive. You handle the negative without struggle.
In the pursuit of an uncommon mentor, I want to ask this question about mentorship. Is there levels where you get into your life, somebody who you have looked up to, probably still qualified to be a mentor that you must move on to other people?
When it comes to mentorship, you can have 25 mentors. I have, how many mentors do I have? My mentors, let me show you my mentor. My mentor, Bishop David Oyedepo, is my mentor, not my spiritual father. Miles Monroe is my mentor. Dr. Miles Maddock is my mentor. Dr. John C. Maxwell is my mentor. The Archbishop Nicholas Duncan William, Dr. Mensa Otabel, Bishop Doug Heward Mills, Reverend Olumide Emmanuel, Bishop Charles Ajinasare. They are 10. These are the 10 mentors I have. If God brings me a new one, I'll tell you. Or if I find a new one, I'll tell you. But now these are my mentors. So then, there's a realm in your life where someone who mentored you can easily start mentoring the person. That point can come. And that can come by proving result. You used to look up to a man in ministry. And I'm talking about fatherhood. It has come to spiritual fatherhood, not that one. Because as long as someone is your father, to me, even when you grow beard, he's still your father.
Sure.
Do you get me? So my biological father might not necessarily be my mentor, but he's still my father.
Okay.
So then, there comes a time where you can change a mentor based on what you are pursuing for a season. So then, there comes a time your mentor can change. I started life by having Bishop David Oyedepo as my only mentor. And I find out that Miles Monroe has what I'm looking for. And I find out Dr. Mike Meadow can teach me. I found the Archbishop. I found out that Dr. Minnesota. I found it. So I said, okay, these are my mentors. And I stick to them. And I have all the books they have.
So then from what you have given then, can we say that then there's a little confusion because sometimes you go on social media, you see a lot of people who just start, they see one man of God preach a message, buy something, they just start calling my father Papa. So is that they're confusing mentorship?
I thought that what they really want to say is my father. Is my mentor and not my father. Because your father is one. Yeah.
Daddy, as a son, you spoke about asking the right questions. And I want to ask her, how do you learn the art of asking the right questions? Because there are differences in intelligence level, both mental, emotional.
You try to ask the right question by placing value on the time you have with the man of God. You find that great men don't have time to waste. So in case you have a time to be in his presence, that's not the time to ask foolish questions. That's the food you ate. So when you place value on the moment you have in his presence, then you'll be able to ask questions that relate to where you want to go, where you are being, and what you are going through. Question related with how he has been able to get to where he has gotten to. What are the challenges he faced? What are the challenges he's facing? And how we see the next 15 years, the next 100 years.
All right, Daddy, back to my question. In developing the right attitude, maybe let's take it in a scenario where somebody is in an atmosphere where the person keep hearing negative words. You are in a house or in a place where you keep hearing negative words. And here's the point where you are, you don't want to leave the place because it's not yet time to leave. Now, by virtue of the negativity around you, should you rebel or how do you go about it?
Jesus said, be careful what you hear, be careful how you hear. Whatever you hear affects your behavior. So, for example, if I tell you something, Prophet Samuel stand. This is your behavior now. Prophet Samuel sit down. This is your behavior. So, whatever you hear affects you. But you can hear without allowing whatever you hear to control you. So, if I say stand, you can decide you won't stand. So, you are in a place where the atmosphere is not the best. You can choose not to obey their prophecy. You can choose not to let their word description become your walking expression. So it's just by decision. Yeah.
Papa, please, I want to find out, in the third point you made, in connecting with the right people when it's not yet your time. You said we are not supposed to connect or surround ourselves with good people, but with the right people. And then you said they have to be godly, visionary, and they should have the ability or possess the ability to recommend. I want to find out, aren't there cases where people around certain people are ungodly, but they've been able to recommend them?
And that's the right person. You see, the right person is anyone who has the ability to give you the platform to manifest your godly miracles. So you find out that David had a lot of good people around him. All the good people did not make him have a name until he met the right person called Saul and another right person called Goliath. Goliath was an enemy, but that enemy was the right person for David. So most people, what they are going through is the right situation. But because their mentality has been infused with negativity, when they see negative, they interpret it as negative. When David saw Goliath, he saw money. When he saw Goliath, he saw fame. When he saw Goliath, he saw marriage. So when you see problem, what do you see? So the right people are not necessarily even Christians.
Okay.
Goliath was what made David become a national phenomenon. He was the right person. The right person will give you the platform to become whatever you are to become.
Yes, I want to find out, in an emergency situation where little opportunities are given to you, but does not fall in line with your developed talent or gift, what do you do?
David was not enlisted in the army of Israel. So the battle was not his battle, but all he knew that life is all about battle. So as long as it is battle, you must fight. So you take advantage of that opportunity. For example, you don't know how to sing like myself, and a father asks you to sing. If you really understand the law of fatherhood, you obey, because it's not any ungodly, unscriptural command.
Are you supposed to, should you follow any man going towards your direction? Let's see, is any man going to, this is where I am going to, and I see that this is the person going towards my, can I say that person become a right person also for me?
Well, I would say that as long as the person is going through the same direction, the person can be the right person, but know where you are going, so he doesn't lead you to where he's going. Okay. So when you get Paul said, follow me as long as I follow Christ. So Paul is going somewhere, that's where you want to go. But you feel he has got you to the destiny, that's why he has backslided. Make sure you don't backslide.
That is so. How do assistants in ministries pursue their own individual visions at the same time pursuing the vision of the institute and pursuing also the vision of their leader?
Every personal vision must be able to be incorporated in the corporate vision. So Ghana has a vision. I have a personal vision. But the vision of Ghana is not destroying my own, or it's not distorting my own vision. I can express my vision in the vision of Ghana. So you don't work in any organization, any institution where God has given you the vision, the power, and the capacity of an assistant. So if that is your vision, do it very well. You excel in that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Daddy, please, how does culture influence you in your quest to succeed?
Okay, so now, in my household, I have a culture here. And the culture is that you don't shut down any of the children here. For whatever reason. You don't shut them down. You don't tell them you can't do this. So then, because of the culture, I'm trying to inculcate in the people here, it will make them also go out and be bold. I have a culture, not everything is permitted in my house. You can't bring any book to my house. So that culture now releases boldness. Now, if you are in a culture where they keep on telling you can't do it, then you move out into the world knowing that you can't do it, even when you know you can do it. So I hope you have tried. I mean, like, let me try like that.
Thank you very much, Daddy. I would like to know when hard work ends, because to develop our talent. So what's the place of anointing which makes the work easier? I just want to know when hard work ends and then.
Okay. Now, you find out that there are keys into the kingdom. Jesus said, I'll give you the keys of the kingdom, not the key. So anointing is a key. Diligence is a key. But there comes a time what you need is not the key of the anointing. What you need is the key of diligence. Now, when we're able to have different keys at the same time, that when you meet the right door, you use the right key to open. So there are certain key, you need the key of diligence. There are certain key, you need the key of the anointed. He said, there is an evil I've seen under the sun. Oh no, I said no, they say the race is not. But you find out the race it's the sweet.
Sure.
So that means no matter how you work hard, there is a time you can work hard without having the right answer. Then that why you might need the anointing or the grace of God. But don't say that all you need to succeed is diligence. It is not true. All you need is the anointing. It is not true. I've heard people make general statements like, all you need is a prophet. It is one of the biggest lies. All you need is a pastor. It's a lie. If all you need is a pastor, then you don't need the Bible. Then you don't need Jesus Christ. So all you need is not the Bible. All you need is the Bible plus anything. What I am using is microphone. If all I need is the Bible, I should use only the Bible. So the most important thing I need in my life as a Christian is the Bible. But in the Bible, the other things that I need faith, I need holiness, I need righteousness, I need all these things. So then you should be able to move or balance between the key of the anointed and the key of diligence. Yeah.
With connecting to the right people, and as you said, it's not in connection to good people, but right people.
Right people.
And I also believe that as you grow in life, you keep on discovering yourself. And so there are people that in your life that in the way they might have been right, but as you discover yourself, you realize that they are good and not right. But these people are good people in your life. Maybe, let's say you're a young person, you want to start ministry, and then you have some people that were around you that they were good. But as you grow up, realize that these people have over the years have not been able to work upon themselves to be able to help you to go into the next level of your life. But these are people who have not offended you, have not hurt you, but they can't occupy and work with it the way you want to work with. So how do you now get other people into it without looking like you are becoming ungrateful towards those who have stood with you for a long time?
So then, the fact that you have met the right people doesn't mean that do away totally with the good people. It means that let the good people know their limit, know where they stay. For example, today, my sister came to see me. And me as a preacher, when I wake up, from 8 a.m. to 5:30 a.m., I'm working. I'm working. So if you come and visit me around that time, I'm not sure if I'm working at the bank, I'll have time for you. So in the same way, I will not have time for you. Okay. So my sister is a good people. She is the one who helped me to be born again, who took me to church to receive the anointing. But the good people in my life should know their limit. So then I'm looking for I get the right people. I don't do away with the good people entirely. They must know where they are going. So then when Abraham was going to offer Isaac as a sacrifice, he went with the servant. The servant was carrying some load. So when they go to a certain level, Abraham got to know that he's a good person. So this is where good people must sit. Now all of you are in my house. Not all of you can enter my bedroom. So this is your limit. It doesn't mean you are evil, though. It doesn't mean you are ungrateful. No, this is your place. The one who belongs there is there. So the bedroom is not for everybody. So that's how you'll be able to divide your life. People should know where they are. So don't try to put the good and the right people together. There will be confusion. When people visit you, don't take them to a bedroom. You take them, but you take your wife or your husband to a bedroom. Okay.
Daddy, please, I have two questions. I want to find out how do you discover opportunities? Number two, can you see a good opportunity in a bad opportunity?
Hey, why not? Aki and Papa saw a good opportunity in what many people would have rejected. When other people who were challenged by virtue of their height, thought that they could not do anything with their height, they decided to do something out of it, and before everybody is following. So the first question was what?
How do you discover a good opportunity?
You discover a good opportunity when you see one. So now as we're talking, it's a good opportunity to talk to the people who see you. When you see a good opportunity when it presents itself. You discover a good opportunity when it is godly. You discover a good opportunity when it is in line with your assignment. All your life, that's why most of the time, when we're growing up, you find out at a certain stage of life, most of the people we grew up with, most of the men are dead and the women are alive. Do you know why? Because maybe you, as we were young, the young boy will see a coconut tree. You know you cannot climb it. The lady say, "Can you climb?" You say, "You climb, you fall down, you die." So the young people will be climbing, they die. So you discover a good opportunity when it's connected with your talent. When it's connected with your assignment. So I've said talent and assignment. Because there comes a time where God might bring an opportunity that is not connected to your talent, but it's connected to your assignment. The things you can do, the things you have been called to do, why won't you take it up? You know how to drive. Then you have a great man of God say, "I need someone to drive." That's an opportunity. As I'm talking right now, I say, how I wish someone can buy me food from this place. Then the first response, "Hey, it's very far." He doesn't know. That's, "I wish I can go, but because of my wife." Once we are talking, someone who's, this is an opportunity enter into the heart of the man. Before you realize, he leaves and buy it. Okay, I think I've tried.
Some questions on Facebook.
So let us look at some of the questions on Facebook. Then we come back and we close.
Okay, Abraham Elbernard someone. Daddy, please, how did you develop your writing skills?
How did I develop my writing skills? Okay, number one, I find out that my mentor, Bishop David Oyedepo, loves writing. Then whatever my mentor loves, I need to love it. So I decided also started writing things. I mean, like I'll be listening to him and we quote 1983 in a vision. 1993. I said, So I started also writing. So when I start putting this thing together, and I find I can write. Number two, I find out that if people will enjoy what I say, then they will enjoy what I write. So I decided to put whatever I say into writing. Number three, I met a friend of mine called Otter Raphael Entry. And I saw that he has grace for writing, and I don't have that grace for writing. So anytime I meet Raphael and we're talking, one of the things I placed demand was that God, let the anointing on Raphael to write, let me have it. Otter Raph, God bless whoever you are. So I said, it's okay, then I'll write. So that's how I develop my writing skills.
John Annan, Papa, how can I develop my prophetic gift into a more deeper realm with God?
You develop your prophetic gift into more deeper realms by looking at all my messages on the prophetic and listening to them. And that's what. Number two, by operating in love. Number three, by loving the prophetic. Number four, by appreciating the prophetic. Number six, by acting. How do you act the prophetic? You go for prophetic conferences, you go for prophetic impartation, you stay around prophet, and I'm sure it will be done.
Abraham Samuel again. Daddy, please, how do I develop myself into my father's vision?
You develop yourself into your father's vision, number one, by first catching your father's spirit. Because if you don't catch your father's spirit, you can't catch his vision. Now, when you catch his spirit, you'll be able to catch his core value. And as you catch his core value, you will do things that will help you you do things that will let you position yourself as a helper and not as a burden.
Fugura, Papa, thanks for your word. Can you just speak to me? I need to really know the life assignment I've been entitled to.
Come and see me. I'll ask you 5 questions. By the time I ask the 5 most important questions in life, I will know your life assignment and we'll come to conclusion on
that. Godfrey Obin, please, Daddy, what is meant by excelling at your present assignment? If you believe that you are doing your best, how will you measure it?
Excelling by your present assignment, what I mean is that whatever that you are doing now, do it with all your strength, with all your might, with all your wisdom, with all your energy, everything into it. Be so passionate about what you are doing that you can easily catch fire. And said, how do you measure it?
How do you measure it?
You measure it by looking at how you have improved from yesterday.
Okay. Abraham Asamoah, Papa, please, what are the signs one should look out for in discerning the right season?
One of the signs you should know you're in the right season when there are more attack, when there are more pain, when you don't have food, you don't have acceptance, you don't have recognition. It's a sign that your season is up.
Okay. Obed Ade, Daddy, please, what is the key to the anointing?
The key to the anointing is going to the giver of the anointing, who is God.
Nana Kwesi Bones, Daddy, please, what should we do if the good people in our life gets worried when you... Okay, I think more like the same.
No, you ask.
Okay, when you attend the right people, should you ignore them?
Now, if the good people are getting worried, it means you are not giving the good people what they deserve as good people. You are trying to give what the good people need to the right people. It's like I'm married. Okay, if I decide to become a husband to my daughter, I've missed it. I'm supposed to be a wife, a husband to my wife, and a father to my daughter. And you have to become a pastor to you. So if you don't know how to be able to move within this, then you are creating problems.
Wisdom Tokoli, Blessings Oracle. Please, is it possible to write a book on your wisdom secrets? Thanks.
Wisdom, I received the parcel you sent. Keep on sending more. I like parcels like that. I sent you an email, respond to it, and I will also respond. Well, I think that I have a free book on wisdom secret, but there are more I think I can write, so I will do that, Wisdom. God bless you. And thanks for watching.
Shelley says that, Daddy, please, how do you write your own books?
I write my, you don't say you want to write and so I write them by writing. Number two, I make sure, like when I preach, like immediately I'm done with this, the next someone will transcribe everything for me so that I can develop whatever I've transcribed. Number three, I sit down every day to write on topics I want people to know. I write about them. So that's what I do. Okay. And I also engage people. So when I'm asking people questions, it's because I need certain information from them to put into my book. So I talk to people. Yeah.
And Jill Redu, Daddy, please, if you have a gift of singing, but you don't have a platform, how will you bring it to the limelight?
What you do is that you look for your Facebook page, go on Facebook Live, and start singing. That is a platform. When people recognize it, they will invite you.
Okay. Shirley says, Daddy, please, how can you keep the right people close?
You keep the right people close by doing whatever you did that brought them into your life. Number two, by valuing them. Number three, by seeking for their input into whatever that you are doing.
Okay. Baby Nakai says, Daddy, please, I have the spirit of discernment. How can I work on it?
Come and see me.
Adufro Daniel says that, please, how, where, and when can I see you, please?
I'm always available at the National Theatre every Sunday morning and evening. And so if you get National Theatre every Sunday morning and evening, you'll find me there. You can call 02340777788. 02340777788. You are from outside Ghana, +233 added to it, and you can get through to me. Why?
Kwesi Prince say, Daddy, please, when you receive a word that you will travel, do you have to wait for God to do it for you, or you need to proceed it yourself?
You get your passport. Number one. You find out, why did they say you will travel? You want to travel, you have dreams of schooling outside, start looking for schools outside. Yeah.
Okay, one question just came. Bishop Shaba says, what do you mean by 38 is manifestation?
I never said 38 is manifestation, Bishop. I never said anything like that. Yeah.
It does that.
Okay, so I think that all too soon our time is up. So I will let the people in the house ask the last questions. Then we run away from here. Well, someone said, if you have a passion in writing and people keep telling you to write a book, how do you start? You start by writing about yourself, myself. Number two, you start by looking at some of the things that you are good at. So, for example, you are a singer, you have released an album. You can write a book like How I Released My First Album. You can write How I Survived My Childhood Pain. How I Survived the Abuse as a Child. How I was able to serve my senior pastor very well. How I was blasted when I was in church. I mean, you can write any topic that comes in. Just write about it, and I'm sure it will be a blessing. I think there are two questions.
Have come.
Yeah, just the two, and we are done.
Okay, so Eko says, can you please shed more light on knowing an opportunity by knowing the one who gives you the platform to exhibit your gifts?
I really don't get it, but I believe that if I give an opportunity, I give my platform, I'll give an opportunity, so use it very well. If you mess up, I might not bring you again, or I might give a second chance.
Okay, MFA says, Daddy, please, how do you stay away from people who do not play any tangible role in developing your giftings and talent, but also do not do anything wrong that will cause you to stay away from them?
Not everybody must play a vital role in your life. Not me, I mean, whenever Minister Sonny, Dr. Sonny Badu is around, he blesses us. But there's nothing I have played in his life for him to get to where he has got into. So there's no reason he must stay away from me. Are you getting? So not everybody must play a vital role in your life. So as long as you have someone who is playing a vital role in your life, or a tangible role in your life, keep on developing your gifting and bless them with your giftings. Yeah. But if they are abusers or users, please don't let them abuse your gift. Don't let them abuse your talent.
Ambambonge, Papa, please, can patient be over exceeded?
I really don't know what you mean by patient can be overseen, but I think it's possible. Marvin Mensah, I think I've been seeing your call. Immediately I'm done, please give me a call. I'm going to preach, so call me sharp so we can talk. Marvin, how do you find your calling? You find your calling by looking at your gifted. You find your calling by going to the giver of the calling. Yeah, I think so. Now the time is up. So from my right hand side, and we're out of here.
Yeah, I want to find out in planning and preparing towards your future, how will you be able to know the time and ensure that the opportunity that comes does not destroy you?
Okay. You manage the opportunity. Now you are planning, you're preparing, your time is not up. So opportunities have come. Use the opportunity within the time you are preparing. Don't let them go. So now, I am not supposed to travel outside Africa for 16 years. I'm done with 11 years. I have 5 years more. And here I am. I keep on receiving calls all over for me to come and minister.
Develop your gifts and your talent anyway.
Yeah, everyone has a gift. Everyone has a talent. In fact, almost everything you are taking for granted is a gift that God has given to you. But because you have not seen as a gift, that's why you're not developing it. Now, you know how to smile. It's a gift. When you enter into a room, people just get excited. It's a gift. You need to learn how to develop it. Maybe one I need to talk about how to trade with your gift. Because having a gift, developing a gift is not enough unless you learn how to trade it. So you can make people excited. How do you get money out of it? How do you trade with it? That's the difference. So develop that gift. Now, would your assignment go to God? Find out what are the things you do without struggle. Find out the things that are wired in you. Find out the things that you easily get too angry. They are clue to your assignment.
Okay, so my question is, so are you now going to develop your talents and then your gift, knowing where you are going, knowing what your assignment is? Then what do you do if you don't know what
Every gift that God has given you is connected to your assignment. So if you know how to dance and God called you as a preacher, that dance was not given to you so you throw it away. It's so you can use on the pulpit. But because you do not connect your gift to your assignment, that's why at times you leave some of the gifts around. So now you know your gift, keep on developing it. You don't know assignment, go to God and find your assignment and connect your gift to your assignment. Okay.
Daddy, please, what do you think your fathers expect from you?
What do I think my father? I really don't know what my father expects. I think one of the things that my father expects is so that I will make the kingdom proud. Not that I will not make mistakes. They know I make mistakes. But so that I will be who I used to be, how I used to be, even I'm operating in a different realm. Because I'm not proud, so they expect me to keep on whatever that I'm doing. I think that personally, what I expect myself to do is also keep on honoring my father. Yeah.
Daddy, on question 10, you spoke about discipline and integrity. And then I wanted to ask, with the question of integrity,